For recording.
All right, welcome everybody to our Straight Up Glutes workshop. Tina and I are so excited for this workshop. This is part of Straight Up Strong, that it's a online fitness community that Tina and I co-coach and co-founded together. So typically every month, part of the membership is a skills workshop. So as we were thinking about the skills workshop that we wanted to do for this month, we were thinking, well, let's do something about hip thrusts and glute bridges. And then we were talking and I was like, you know what? We should ask Sarah if she would love to be our guest expert, because Sarah is pretty incredible. I don't know if anybody had a chance to look her up from the landing page, from the page that you registered on, the registration page. Hold on, let me make sure I do this right. So Sarah is an online and in-person personal trainer, and she specializes in strength and conditioning. She's the founder of the Thrive 365 method, which has helped hundreds of women gain muscle, get stronger, and feel more confident. This method is all about an individual's lifestyle as a whole. It's about elevating your whole system and thriving every day rather than just a few weeks out of the year. Sarah really is an expert in strength and in conditioning, and she actually just won a few medals at a lifting competition in Miami, Florida this past weekend. Super fun to follow along on that journey. So if you're not already following her, I really encourage you all to look her up on Instagram and Facebook. So from there, if tonight we are going to go through, I'm going to pass it over to Sarah, who's going to go over the glute bridge, the hip thrust, and we're going to have a chance to do some individual coaching of everybody. So we're going to start with the bridge, do some coaching, and then the hip thrust, and then we'll wrap everything up. If you have any questions at any time, please put them in the chat box and we will definitely answer them before the end of the workshop, okay? And if you have not already, please just plop a little intro in the chat box as well. And from there, I'm gonna mute myself and pass it on over to Sarah. Welcome.
Thank you, Michelle, and thank you, Tina, for having me here. Thank you for that lovely intro. Hi everyone, so I am Sarah, and I'm going to show you, first of all, how to do the bridge. Okay, so we're going to go through it. I'm going to go through the form, and you're going to leave this workshop with like perfect form on the bridge and the hip thrusts, because I'm going to check each individual as well tonight before we leave, okay? Or today, wherever in the world that you are. So, okay, we're going to start with the bridge. So one of the main benefits that I really love for the bridge is that it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. So it's a good bridge, never mind the pun, into hip thrust, okay? So it's a good gateway into getting stronger, and then I like to think of the hip thrust as like a graduate. You know, like you're going to perfect the bridge and then go for the hip thrust, and then eventually add weight as you get stronger. Also, bridge and hip thrust are really easy on your knees. So I know some people are trainers in here, so if you have any clients that are have knee issues, I always love to help them get stronger with the bridge and the hip thrust. And also, it really builds confidence, okay, because you know, it's a comfortable exercise, and you can also just keep building strength with it. Okay, so the fun stuff. I'm going to, first of all, demonstrate the bridge, and then we'll go over to hip thrust. Okay, so for the bridge, you're gonna lie flat onto your back. Can everyone see me okay? Thumbs up? Yeah? Okay, cool. So you're gonna lay down onto your back. Make sure your back is completely flat on the ground. Okay, your feet are underneath, just kind of 90 degrees. So you're gonna have your feet kind of in front of your knees. Push down through the heels, and back down, flat onto the ground, come back up, squeeze. So making sure that you're in a flat line here when you bring the hips up, okay? Come back down, up, and tap. And then as you get better at the glutes, you can start adding weight onto your hips. A good starting point would be add a dumbbell onto your hips. And I like to kind of go, so if you can do, say like 10 reps, 10 really good reps with like a 20-pound dumbbell, then move up to 30 pounds. So that's kind of like where I draw the line, is that if you can do 10 really good reps, then start to add weight, okay? And just make sure that you are progressively adding more weight as you get stronger. Okay, so was that a good demonstration? Make sense? Yeah? Okay, so I think now that we'll go into checking your form. So if each person wants to do a bridge, and I will look at it and check it individually.
Why am I calling people to make it easier, since most people won't want to volunteer right away? Let's start with Hope. Hope is, I don't know if you can see, she's in Hong Kong. So I'm going to spotlight her since I'm doing the recording. So,
can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oops. Trying to find a spot for my phone. Here, let me see if this works out better. Okay, there we go. So just, do I need to move it a little bit more? Okay. I don't think I can see the whole thing though, if that's okay.
What did you say?
Because I'm using my phone, I'm not using my laptop. My laptop's got some problems with the screen, so I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, okay, go ahead, do it now,
okay.
and then we'll check your lower body.
Okay. All right, so just go up.
Yeah, perfect.
And down.
Back down, up.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let's see your feet position.
Okay, I'll just keep scooting up. Let's see if that works out. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. A+. You must have.
Thanks.
Well done.
Awesome.
let's have you go, Jen. I'm just going across the screen. That's how it shows up. This way I won't forget anybody.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm going to use my laptop. I'm on my floor, so hopefully that's going to work. I actually have a quick question. So one of the things I've always struggled with, so when we do when we do bridge in yoga, we're always told, like, don't squeeze your glutes. But then I'm working with Tina, she does want us to squeeze our glutes. So is it different depending on kind of the circumstances in your practice?
I would say, I would always recommend my clients squeeze their glutes too, because that's the muscle you're working, so that's the one you want to engage. So
Right.
I definitely agree with Tina, and I'm not like a yoga teacher, so I don't know why they would say that. But like for strength, definitely want to engage the muscle that you're working. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Perfect. Yeah, so make sure you're getting your hips up all the way, full. Yeah, perfect. Come back down, tap, reach back up. Beautiful. Well done, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Good job.
And Miss Adama.
Hi.
Okay, sorry, I couldn't see the video for a sec. Okay. Yep, looks good. Keep going all the way up. Squeeze. So just make sure that you're squeezing at the top and you're not overextending the hips. Looks good. Up and reach. Perfect. Well done. Looks good. Yeah. You guys are killing it.
How about you, Melanie?
All right, let me see if I can move here. I think that's the tricky part, is getting my camera in the right spot. Let's see. My feet in there. Okay.
Yeah, I can see your feet.
Okay.
Good. Okay, so keep looking up. You don't ever want to strain your neck. There you go. Come down, tap, push all the way up, squeeze. Yeah, full extension. All the way up. Good. Well done. How does that feel?
Good.
Feels good?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, great.
Thanks, Melanie. Carolyn, you're next. Oh, are you getting your little cat? You're next, Miss Carolyn.
He's
Okay.
just being weird. Rustling.
Good, Carolyn. Yeah. Let's get 4 more reps. Up, squeeze. Good. 3 more. All the way up. Squeeze the glute. Don't forget to breathe. 2 more. Good. And 1 more. Perfect. 10 out of 10. Good work.
And Miss Eileen, you're next.
Okay, Eileen. Good, all the way up, squeeze. All right, let's do 5 more reps. Good, come back down, tap, flat on the ground. 4, good. 3, 2 more. That's it, all the way up, push up as far as you can. Good work. Well done.
And Miss Karen, you're up next.
Okay, Karen. Good. Perfect. All the way up as far as you can. Push a little bit more. There we go. That's it. Up and squeeze. There we go. Good. Let's go 4 more. Beautiful. 3 more. Multitasking. 2, and all the way up as far as you can. There we go. Good job. You guys are making this look easy.
And Miss Sheila.
Another good kettlebell selection. Nice, Sheila. Here we go, all the way up, squeeze, tap it down. Good, let's do 3 more. Deep breaths, breathe out as you push up. Beautiful. Good work. Perfect.
Excellent. Unless you want to go, Michelle, do you want Sarah go on? Okay, you want to go on to hip thrusts?
Yeah, that's everyone? Okay, perfect. So let me take you over to my hip thrust station. All right, let's see. Okay, can everyone see? Yeah, looks good? Okay, so once you've perfected the bridge, which everyone has, you can start getting a little more advanced, okay? So firstly, what I like to do with my clients is make sure that you can do like a body weight hip thrust. So maybe like 10 to 20 reps of hip thrust with no pain, good form, and then that's when you can start adding the barbell on. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to do the hip thrust, but just body weight, okay? Okay, so first of all, the setup, so that you want to have the bench around 15 inches high, okay? So you could use, most gyms won't have a glute bench, so you could just use like a normal bench, but they're usually a little too high, okay? So you might need to use like a pad underneath to raise yourself up, okay? So you'll have the sit nice and close to the bench, okay? So see how close I am here? You're gonna have the bench just at your brow line, okay? So you're gonna sit nice and tall, get your feet just in front of your knees, okay? You're gonna bring the chest up, and then bring the hips up, squeeze the glutes. So making sure your chin is tucked in. One of the biggest mistakes that I see, okay, with the hip thrust is people bringing their head back, and this is what happens when you bring your head back, okay? So you bring your head back, you see how my lower back overextends? Yeah? So you want to make sure when your chin is in, that's not going to happen, okay? So bring the hips up, squeeze. That's going to keep your torso nice and straight, and it's going to make sure you're actually using your glutes rather than hurting your lower back. Does that make sense for everyone? Yeah, thumbs up? Okay.
Sarah, real quick, Sarah, Sheila asked if you want to try and squeeze your glutes before you lift your hips at all, or lift and then squeeze.
No, I would lift and then squeeze at the top. Yeah, so lift and squeeze at the top. Okay. All right, so I'm trying to
I think also because a lot of people are not going to have access to a barbell because of COVID, can you do the demo with the dumbbell first, and then, or even a kettlebell? Because I think some people have that, and before you do barbell.
Yeah, let me just make sure you can see. Is that good lighting? It's okay? Not too dark? Okay. All right, so when you can do, say like 10, 15 body weight reps of the hip thrust, then you can start adding a load onto your hips, okay? So you can start with like a dumbbell, say like a 20-pound dumbbell. So you have your feet again in front of your knees. You're gonna have your sit back nice and close to the bench. You're gonna push through the heels, bring the hips up, squeeze the glutes. Chin is tucked in. Come back down, all the way up, squeeze. Making sure you're holding the dumbbell with your hands, okay? Up, squeeze. 2 more. Okay. So, one thing that you can do if you find that the dumbbell hurts your hips, you can get like a mat and place it on your hips, okay? So some padding on your hips is really good. Also, you'll see that I have my bend, or my, this is an aerobic step. So this is what I use, an aerobic step. It really works really well, especially because you can adjust it for different heights. I like to have it up against the wall, so like when you push against it, it doesn't start to move, okay? Also, I have a mat here on the set for my back. So like if you're doing this at home and you're using a chair, I would definitely recommend using a mat against your back, just because you don't want to have to stop your set because you're getting pain in your back from pushing up against the chair, you know what I mean? So make sure that you have like a good bit of padding onto the bench that you're using. And also, I'm going to go through some common mistakes I see with the hip thrust. Will that be helpful? Yeah?
I have a quick question. Let me add a quick question because I know other people will think this too. I know you said 15 inches is ideal. So is it bad if they're anyone's using a chair, which is going to be higher than 15? Like, is that okay to use something higher than the 15? And what kind of adjustments would need to be made if we're going higher than the ideal 15?
Okay, yeah, good question. So I wouldn't say like it's bad, it just means you have to kind of adjust a little more to get up on top of them. So say like this bench is too high for me, okay? This is what you want to avoid. You don't want like your back to be too low. Like if this is a really high bench, this is what it's gonna look like. So you might have to like get your elbows up onto the bench and scoot yourself up to get the right position here on the bench, okay? So you probably won't be able to touch the ground with your hips, but that's okay. So you'll just kind of scoot yourself up onto the bench before you do it. So if you're doing it with a chair or in the gym and the bench is too high, just make sure you kind of scoot yourself up.
Can you tell everyone too, let's say they're using something higher like a chair, where should they angle it? Where should they feel, I guess, where should they place the edge of the chair or whatever they're using against the back? So what position on your back?
Stop just above your brow line. Yeah. Cool, good questions. Yeah, so some common mistakes is the one I just talked about where your head is coming back. I see that a lot. So you want to make sure your chin is tucked in, okay? This just kind of stops you from using your back and hits the glutes more, okay? Another common mistake you see is people coming up on their heels, okay? So you want to make sure, keep your feet flat onto the ground, okay? And other than that, sometimes the setup can feel like a little bit of a challenge and like people end up, you know, kind of skipping the exercise. And that's why you just kind of have to find, you know, what works for you, or just add like some padding in or add a mat in, which will help to make it more comfortable. Always want to make sure that it feels comfortable, so you are, you know, going to keep doing it. Because if it hurts, nobody wants to do that. Would you like me to show the barbell hip thrust, or because people don't have?
I actually think that's probably a good idea because I know there's some trainers in here, so that probably would be helpful to show that too.
Yeah, okay. All right, let me just kind of bring this closer.
And then after that, there's a couple questions for you to cover. I can read them out too after your.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, there we go. So, all right, so this is just like a normal like padding for the bar from Amazon, and there's lots of different brands. So you want to make sure, you see how the top of it's kind of like cut off the top? You want to make sure that's facing upward, okay? Because you don't want the bar to be exposed on your hips, okay? So this will go on top of the bar, okay? Do you have the open part facing upward? Everyone see? Yeah? Okay, cool. So when you're bringing the bar in, you gotta make sure that the middle of the bar is centered on your body. Because if it's uneven, when you go up with the hips, the bar is gonna go sideways, okay? So how to get it in the middle easily is bring it out and roll it into the middle, okay? So don't like pull the bar to the side or anything like that, just roll it out, roll it back in, get it in nice and tight. Make sure that you're sitting close to the bench. Pull your legs into your preferred position. Some people like to have their feet wider, and that's fine. Everyone will kind of be different, okay? Some people like their toes out, some people like narrow stance. It just depends on what you like. So I would advise you to try different ones and see which one feels best for you, okay? All right, so you're gonna bring it in, hold the bar with your hands on either side. Okay, chest up. You're gonna take a big breath in, and then explode up. Okay, so come back down, tap, and up. One more, and up. Okay, so making sure that you actually are exploding off the ground, because as you get stronger and you lift more weight, if you go slow from the bottom, you're going to use up a lot of energy at the bottom. Okay, so making sure that you go fast as you can from the bottom all the way up to squeeze. Does that make sense? Yeah, am I going too fast?
I think that I'm going to tell you some of the questions. So I think Jen, a couple people have things that are a little higher than the 15-inch, but that's okay, right? Like 16-inch or even 19. It's just a matter of adjusting, right? Their body position, is that correct?
Yeah, so with the thruster light, actually, yeah, that's like perfect height. Like 16 inches would be like maybe a little bit too tall for me. So what I do is get like, do you know those paddings, and put them underneath, or like roll up a yoga mat and put it underneath so you have a little bit of elevation. But it like depends on your height, depends on what you like. Like according to my height, I should like a much lower bench, but I just like the feel of the higher one. So you can use padding if it feels too high. But yeah, 16 for the thruster light is perfect. And 19 is a little bit high, it just means you're gonna have to bring your back up on it before you start.
And then I think Hope's got a question about if she doesn't have dumbbells, is it possible to do resistance bands with this exercise?
Yeah, so what you can do is put bands around your knees. Let me go grab one right back. So you could use like a glute loop. Okay, you can put it around your legs and then hip thrust up. Okay, so you put it around here, get your back against the bench, push your knees outwards. Okay, so the goal of this band is to push your knees in. So you want to make sure you're keeping tension on your glutes by pushing the knees outwards. And then coming up, come back down, coming up. Also, if you have like the thruster light, that's probably going to have like kind of poles at the side where you can tie long bands on. And they're really good to practice for lockout strength. So definitely bands, really useful.
And Melanie wanted to know, can she do the same thing with the sandbag as you did with a dumbbell?
Yeah. Yeah, whatever you have. I know some people are quite limited now on weight and stuff. So yeah, just put as much load as you can safely on your hips.
And then Adama wanted to find out, could you go over the breathing, the inhale, exhale? I think a lot of people, I think that'd be helpful, like where you breathe in, where you breathe out.
Okay, so you want to breathe in just as you're about to push your hips up. So take a big breath in, push the hips up, hold it until you've got all the way up to the top, and then let it go as you come down.
Could you do a demo body weight with maybe the band so then she can see that?
Yeah, of course. Okay. All right, so in position, big breath in. Let go as you come down. Okay, so big breath in at the bottom. Hold it, hold it, hold it until you reach full extension, and then come back down. Because if you let it go up here, your hips kind of relax and they're more likely to sink down. So that's the reason that you hold it at the top.
And I think Melanie had a question. If she's got the 19-inch bench, should she put boards on the floor so that to raise her feet up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Raise your feet up. And also, if you ever use a barbell with a high bench, you'll find that the barbell will kind of squish you a little bit because you're trying to get up so high. So you could also put like plates at the sides and then roll the plates on the bar up onto the plates on the ground, and that will bring it higher. But yeah, back to your question, definitely put like something underneath your hips to raise yourself up, something that's like soft and comfortable so you don't hurt your hips.
All right, I want to post the last question, and then you can go through everyone. So Jen wanted to know, beyond the 20-pound dumbbell, I guess, what kind of threshold do you use to know when and how much weight to increase? So basically, at what point are you ready to move on? Is that right, Jen? Please pop in if I phrase that wrong.
That's good. Okay. Yeah. So what I usually do with my clients is once they've got like 10 good solid reps of the weight they're using, then I'll start to increase or like increase that to 15 reps. And if that feels like easy, you know, like pretty doable, then increase the weight. The thing is with the hip thrust, you can increase pretty big compared to the rest of like, you know, upper body or like squats or deadlifts, which is one of the reasons why I love the hip thrust, because it really boosts confidence. You know, like I had a client last week who like it was, you know, first time kind of doing the hip thrust, and she already got like 195 pounds. You know, and like her confidence was like, oh my God, like I can't believe I put 195 pounds on the bar, you know? So like I guarantee nearly every woman can do way more weight than they think they can with the hip thrust. So that's one of the cool things about it.
Do you mind if I call on people so they can practice now in front of you for coaching? Okay. Sheila, you know what I'll do is, Sheila, you're going to go now, and then Karen will be next.
Okay, Sheila.
Sorry, Sheila, didn't mean to call you all of a sudden.
Okay, Sheila. So let's place your hands on the sandbag and hold it in position. Because eventually you're going to go up in weight, you know, once you do have access to more weight. So you want to just practice from the start as if you're about to lift more weight, you know? Okay. So bring your chin in a little more. Look ahead at the television in front of you. Keep your eyes on the television. There you go. Bring the hips down. Keep your eyes looking forward. That's much better. So before, your hips were kind of going a little too high, and that's going to go into your lower back. That's much better. Now I can see a straight line in your torso. Did everyone else notice that? Yeah? As soon as she starts bringing her chin down, she's getting more into her glutes. Also, Sheila, I would get your back higher and sit back more. Yeah, get really close to the back. There you go. Okay, big breath in at the bottom. Shoot up. Keep your eyes looking forward. Much better. All right, good work. Well done, Sheila. Yeah, and you can see you can attach the band across as well on the light. Yeah, you got a good one there.
All right, Miss Karen, you're up next. After that, it'll be Eileen.
Okay. Okay, Karen. So I want you to keep looking straight. Pick something that's right in front of you and stare at that. Okay, tuck your chin in. Bring your chin down to your chest. That's better, much better. I know it feels weird at the start, like to bring your chin in, but you'll get used to it. It's just kind of different to what we're usually taught. That's it, keep looking forward, don't let your head come up. There we go. Up and squeeze. Yeah, looks really good. Well done, Karen.
Oh, now it's going to be Eileen, and after Eileen, Carolyn.
Okay. Yeah, so let's sit back as much as you can. Okay, Eileen, so your couch is a little too high, so you're gonna have to scoot your back up before you actually do the exercise. So get your back up more onto the couch. And then, yeah, there you go, scoot back. Wiggle back a little more, little more. Now bring your hips down. Okay, that's better. Keep your chin in. Keep looking forward. Keep looking forward. Good. Up and squeeze. Better. How's that feel? Feels good? Good. Good work.
All right, it'll be Carolyn. After Carolyn, it will be Melanie.
Okay. All right, Carolyn. Okay. Okay, Carolyn, so just hold up for a second. So pick something in front. So sit back down to the ground. Yeah, so pick something in front. What's there? In front? Okay, yeah, so just keep looking at that. Keep your chin in more, chin down to the chest. There you go, much better. And then bring your feet out a little more, out from your body. There we go. Bring the hips down, and then push up, squeeze the glutes. Well done. That looks much better. Good job.
So we have Melanie, and then after that, it'll be Adama.
Okay, I don't know where to put this computer so you can see what I'm doing. Let me try this. So I have the 19-inch bench, and I have a, so I'm gonna put my back up higher on the bench.
Yeah, you're gonna have to, there you go. Sit down, a little more.
More sit down.
I would say that looks good. So just kind of at your brow line is where you want to be pressed against.
Okay, and that's where
yeah, there you go. Up, okay, keep looking forward. Good. Okay, let me see your feet. Okay, I'd say bring your feet in a little more, just a small bit. Yeah, bring the hips down and then push up. Good. All the way up, a little more if you can. There it is. That's the spot. That's it. Good. How's that feel, Melanie?
it feels great, actually.
Yeah? Yeah, once you find the adjustment of, you know, what way your setup works, then you're good. It's just a matter of, because I think nearly everybody has different kind of setup, so.
Great.
And
Well done.
Adama, after Adama, it will be Jen.
All right, Idama. Okay, you got a kettlebell. Good, okay. Let's say all the way up, squeeze. Okay, I will bring your feet a little more forward, small bit, yeah. And scoot yourself up, get your butt closer, there we go. You want me nice and close to the couch as much as you can. That's better. Yeah, Chin looks good. All the way up, squeeze, bring it down. Good. Here we go. I'm practicing breathing in at the bottom. Hold it all the way up to the top, lock it out. Perfect. That looks better. Well done.
And Jen, after Jen, it'll be you, Hope.
Hey, Jen.
Okay.
Yeah, all the way back. Ooh, kitty.
I was disturbing her.
Okay, yeah, you can't do that. Okay. All right. So let's sit your hips back again where you had it before. Oh, so sit back all the way back to the couch. Yeah, there you go. Let's try it again. It looks better. And keep chin in. Chin in. Good. Shoulders down. Perfect. Yeah, so just make sure, so cute. Just make sure that you sit all the way back to the couch, because I think that you might have to adjust a few times with your couch just because it looks kind of cushy. So just be aware of yourself slipping down, and just, you know, if you need to adjust every few reps, then that's what you got to do.
Okay. Yeah, I have benches downstairs, but I have no internet access downstairs. So, but I will be cognizant of that because I definitely do scooch as
Right.
I'm doing reps. I notice it that my butt gets a little bit farther. So I'll just be cognizant of that when I'm doing reps to kind of do that self-adjustment.
Yeah, so a good thing to do is take a video of yourself and then look back on it, you know? That's
Okay.
what I get with my clients to do, and they send me a look through, and it's usually obvious to see, like you'll see it straight away. You're like, oh, I'm going down. And then
Okay.
how that feels, you know?
Perfect. Yeah, I can use my phone downstairs, but I wanted a bigger screen for this. So yeah, sounds good.
Well done.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
All right, Hope, we got you.
Okay, Hope. Ooh, Hope got a little setup there.
The couch is too high.
Yeah, well, it's good.
Yeah.
You're just
So this, and then
okay. So I can't really see your back, but it looks like you're pressing on your elbows a little bit.
yeah.
So you want to make sure.
I'm gonna take out one block and see if it's better to do it a bit lower, because I think I just felt it might be a bit too high.
Yeah,
That's
I agree.
okay. Can you see if I can adjust this better?
There you go. That's perfect.
Okay, that's better. Okay. Oh,
Good. All right. So let's start with the feet. Let's bring your feet in a little closer to your body. In a little more. There we go. That's good. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Push down through the heels. Lift the hips up. Good. Okay. And now I want you to bring your hands down to your stomach as if you're holding a weight. There you go. So don't use the elbows. Yes.
okay,
That's it.
I feel it.
Well done. And now I want you to pick something in front of you, something that's right in front of you, and just stare at that. Don't take your eyes off that. There we go. Look at that. So much better. And now, do you feel it more in your glutes rather than your back?
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
That was awesome. I think that if you get a chance to look back at the way your form is at the start, and like with those few little adjustments, like it looks so much better.
Okay.
Well done.
Awesome.
Good work, Hope.
Sarah, there's a question that Melanie had, which I think is, when we come back down, do we come back to the very bottom of our range?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, like there's two kind of types of hip thrust in that area. Like there's constant tension, which means you don't touch the bottom. So you're just going up and down the whole time, no rest in between. And then there is, the other hip thrust where you'll tap at the bottom. So it just depends on your setup. Like if you can tap the bottom, and also which one you want to do. Constant tension is going to be a little tougher, and if you're trying to increase the weight, then you're probably not going to want to do constant tension. You're probably going to want to tap at the bottom. Okay?
And then Adama had a good question. So I think a lot of people are limited in equipment. So she's got kettlebells, and it's a little awkward at times. So if she can't add weight because she doesn't have a barbell, should she just be adding reps, or what would be a way to, advance?
Yeah, that's a good question. So like one of the good things about the hip thrust is there's lots of ways to make it more challenging without adding weight. Okay, so first of all, you can do single leg hip thrust. Let me bring that down a little bit. Okay, so you have one leg up into the air, then you'll bring your hips up, keep that knee bent, squeezing this glute here all the way down. Up, squeeze. Okay, so let me show you with dumbbell. So you're gonna hold the dumbbell on the side that is on the ground, okay? So if you bring it up, squeeze, come back down. Okay, so all the tension is going into the leg that's on the ground. So that's one thing you could do. You could do the single leg. You could also do elevated hip thrust, where you will put, let me grab something. So for example, you could get like a step. Get a step here. Okay, so your feet are now elevated, which means you're going to be able to get deeper down here. Okay, so you're going to come up, squeeze, getting down as low as you can, all the way up, squeeze. So that's another way to make it harder, elevated. And you could also add bands here on your knees. You could also hip thrust a human, is what some people are doing. So get somebody to sit on your hips. I actually had a client.
Your husband, right?
Yeah, I had a client who weighed her child, and her child weighed like 60 pounds. And then she had another child who weighed like 90 pounds. So when she got stronger after hip thrust in one child, she went up to the next child. And like this is some things we just have to do because like some people are stuck at home with no equipment.
I think we have time. I know you mentioned going over other glute exercises. I think we have time if you want to go over any of those, unless anyone has questions you want to pop into the chat box.
Did I miss any questions here? Or I think you got them all, Tina. Did you read them out?
Yeah, I think I hit all of them for you.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, good question. Sheila's got with heavy thrust. So this is a good question for if you actually can go heavy, what's the rep range you recommend?
So that really depends. Do you mean like rep range to build strength?
Sheila, feel free to pop in to ask your specific question.
Yeah, well, strength and hypertrophy, I guess, of the glutes, just trying to get as much shape. Ladies, is that the best way to put it? You know, you're over 50, you got.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, I've got the bench. I'm in a pretty fortunate position because I've got a lot of equipment around, but I've always wondered a rep range. Like, I've never personally hip thrusted over 60 kilograms.
Yeah.
So, but I know based on what you just said, that was, I think, 88 kilograms. I did the math. We do kilograms in Canada. So, yeah, like, I guess I could just keep trying, but I don't know, like, just go single rep. What do you see women over 50 thrusting at the max?
So I have like a few clients over 50 and they just do like variations. One of them really loves hitting 1 rep max because she's over 50 and she's able to hip thrust like 255 pounds, you know, and just the thrill of seeing that number, like, and the thrill of like, oh, I can lift this much weight. So honestly, if you have the option of lifting more weight, I would just do like variations. When it comes to like building muscle, again, it's just like variations. Like sometimes you could do, like for your main workout, I would definitely start with like maybe 5 to 8 reps on set 1, then set 2, like increase the weight, go down to 6 reps. On set 3, you could either do like increase the weight, go down to 4 reps, or if you want to do like a burnout, you could go lighter on the weight and do 20 reps. Okay. So basically what I'm saying is all the rep ranges will build muscle. It just depends what you want to do. You know, like if you're bored of doing 1 rep max, maybe you want to do high rep. Depends what you prefer, what you enjoy doing the most. And if you like doing them all, just like mix it up every month, every program you do. Like sometimes if I have hip thrust programmed twice in 1 week, on the first day, I might go for like high weight, low rep, just to see how much weight I can hip thrust. Then on the second day of the week, I might do higher rep, lower weight. Just like to feel a burn on my glutes. Sometimes people like feeling the burn in their glutes. So higher rep will definitely do that. But all rep ranges will build muscle as long as you are challenging yourself more over time.
Nice.
So
Thank you.
Stronger, make sure you're just adding, you know, increasing tension, making it harder for yourself.
Do you like holding it at the top no matter what your rep range? Are you a fan of that? Holding up in the extended position? Like one of the girls was commenting about the kettlebell not being able to do a lot. Could we hold it at the top?
Yeah, so you could do pause reps, which will make it harder for sure. Yeah, I love doing pause reps. You could also do like 1.5 reps. So you'll you'll come up, or sorry, 1.25 reps. So you come up all the way, dip down, come up, and that's 1 rep. All the way, dip, up, back down. So 1.25 reps would make it harder as well. So like you could just try them all, see which ones you enjoy, you know? Does that answer your question? Yeah, okay.
And then Michelle actually had a question. She's got a 13-inch bench and a 17. Is there one which one is better, if there is one?
So it depends on your height and also which one you prefer. Like 13 would probably be closer to the mark, but if you're taller, you might prefer the 17. So I would just try the both, see which one feels better. You know, there's no like, oh, this is the measurement that everyone should use. It's different for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a punching bag that is on the floor, and I was like, oh, well, maybe that's closer. And then I was thinking with the barbell, if that would actually, because with the bench, I don't think I can get the barbell up without,
Yeah.
but then I wasn't sure. Here, hold on. You have a second?
Yeah.
All right. So can you see that? So it's like super tight to, can you see that okay?
Yeah.
That's like a little tight, like it's right, like my legs are like right on the ground.
Yeah.
Slow.
So one thing you could do, if like does it feel uncomfortable when you pull it in?
Hold on. Let me see. I don't know, does that look?
That looks, yeah, I would go up a little higher with your hips.
Okay.
All the way up.
Actually fairly heavy. Hold on. I probably need another cushion here. All right. Like that.
Yeah, all the way up. Keep your chin in. Keep looking forward. And sit back a little more towards the bench.
Get another. Hold on. I don't know where my other mat went. Hold on.
You got a nice gym there.
Uh,
You got a nice little gym there.
Thanks. Yeah, my husband must have stolen the yoga mat.
Oh, it's
That's
upstairs.
not very cushy.
Head stand.
All right, I'll play around with that, but I should probably, it's like, I probably need to be like a little higher up
Yeah, you need to sit back more on it.
because that feels better.
Yeah. Sit back as close as you can to it.
All right, yeah, my butt's like right there.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So what Michelle was saying is when she adds more weight to the bar, it's hard to scoot yourself up on a high bench. You know what I mean? So in that case, what you could do is raise the bar up. So like if you have like blocks that you can put on the side or plates, and you roll the bar up onto the plates and then it's higher up. So it's not like squishing you down, or you don't have to like kind of scoot yourself up as much.
Yeah, because then on the bench, like here, right?
It's hard to get up.
And then like they get the bar.
If you have a partner to train with, they can lift it on, but not everybody has someone they're working it with, you know.
All right, cool. I'll have to play around with that. Thanks.
You're welcome.
And then Karen had a question. So she's 5'6" and her bench is 13 inches. Should she raise the bench? I guess.
So I would say that's fine if it feels fine for you. You know, maybe yeah, a little bit. It just depends on how your form looks. You know, but I think yeah, I would say raise it a little bit if you can. Yeah, do. Maybe like you have the aerobic step there, so maybe like you could add one more step on each side. Yeah, that should be good.
And Hope wanted to know if her dumbbells are too light, would it be better for her to double up her dumbbells or use the dumbbells with bands or loops?
Yeah, I would say like if you're limited on weight and equipment, like add everything in. You know, like add the bands in around your knees, put the weights, put the dumbbells on your hips. You could do that as well as elevate your feet. You know, anything to increase the tension as you get stronger. At one stage, I didn't have this gym during the lockdown, and I had a squatty potty to elevate my feet. So, you know, you just have to kind of get creative and just find ways to keep elevating or make it harder for yourself as you get stronger.
That is an awesome idea. I'm going to use my squatty potty.
Yeah, I was working out in a parking lot, and I have my squatty potty up there.
And then Sheila had a question about, so is there a loop band, a particular brand that you like? And are there any band routines that you have, or any glute exercise? I'm assuming that's what you mean by that, Sheila, that you would do like glute exercises with the band, besides the ones we've talked about.
Yeah, so my favorite brand is definitely the Glute Loop by Brett Contreras. This one. Like I've had this for more than a year and it still looks brand new. And there's all different sizes, and like they don't fall apart, and they feel, you feel it in your glutes a lot more, you know, than the elastic ones or the rubber ones. So definitely these glute loops. He sells them on his website.
And how do you know what size to go with? Because you said they come in different sizes. So if someone was looking.
Yeah, so if like, maybe if you're a beginner, or if you're taller, or sorry, if you're smaller and like you have slimmer legs, you might want to try the small. But if you have like thick legs, like I have thick legs, nothing wrong with that, you might want to try the large. But there's like large, 1, 2, 3. So 1 is like the smallest large, 2 is medium, 3 is the biggest large. But like if I know there's a few trainers here, we'll definitely try to get like different varieties. Because like, oh yes, also you asked what exercises to do with the loops. So for example, if you're doing abduction, so like you're placing the hips back, stepping to the side. Some people like to use a small one for this. Okay, so side steps. And I'll usually do this one for like a burnout at the end of a workout. So like a burnout, you would do like high reps. You could do it for like 3 minutes with no rest. That's like the purpose of the burnout. It's like you're going until the muscle is fatigued, okay? You could also do like kickbacks. So like kicking back like this. So you're balancing on one leg. You could always put your hand on the wall if you wanted. Okay, kicking back, squeezing the glute that you're kicking back. That's another good one. Or you could do like different variations of the abduction and the kickback. So you could do, let me bring this down. You could do a kickback on your hands and knees. Okay, kick it back up into the air, bring it in, kick it up. You could do outward, like this way. Okay, that one's a hard one. Or you could do like bridges with the abduction too. So bridge, lie onto the ground, bring your hips up, and then push the knees outwards. Like this. Or come down, flat onto the ground, knees out. There's like hundreds of different ones. But there's lots on my Instagram page if you want to check there. Like
Yeah, Michelle just added your Instagram and your Facebook to the chat box so people can see it.
Michelle. So yeah, there's a ton. I use these a lot. Like if you don't have a cable machine, or like you're going traveling, or you're having no equipment and you're stuck at home, like these are so good for that. Good question. Any other questions? Thanks, Sheila, for the nice training space. I just started training here like 5 months ago now. So it's pretty cool. I'm lucky, happy.
Any more questions from anybody? Michelle, I'm going to have you pop on to do our outro. Sarah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. It was so much fun.
Before we wrap up, I just want to snag a few photos. So if we can get back to a little gallery view, if everybody doesn't mind, if we take a couple of pictures. Ready? 3, 2, glutes. Yay, awesome. All right, thank you all so much for being here tonight for our Straight Up Glutes workshop. Thank you so much to Sarah for being here with her expertise. I learned so much. I hope you all learned so much. Like Tina said, we dropped Sarah's contact info in the chat and also the website for the Glute Loop. Also, I know that I'm laughing above Glute Loop, but I'm not really laughing at Glute Loop. I don't remember what I was laughing at, but it wasn't Glute Loop. But I can say Glute Loop again, and then we can all laugh at me. But anyways, so we'll be sending out the recording. We're going to do just a couple, like a little editing, and then send out the recording so everybody has that to refer to. If you think of any other questions at all, feel free to reach out to myself, to Tina, to Sarah with any questions, and we will definitely get back to you. This was really, really great to meet everybody that I haven't met yet and to have you join us. And we would love to see everybody also in a Straight Up Strong class at some point. The first class is on us, so if you're interested, we can send you the link for that to join us for that class. We have a lot of fun in those classes. And then part of the membership for Straight Up Strong is this, is the workshop. So we have one of these every month, which is really great. So again, thank you so much for being here. I know Monday nights can be super, super tough, or Tuesday mornings in Hope's case can be tough. So it was great to see everybody and all your smiling faces.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Listen to me. That was amazing. So much fun.
That was great.
Thanks, everyone. This was fantastic.